Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Wednesday, November 17th, at 7:26 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 666 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. China Coast Guard blocks Philippine boats in disputed sea. Georgia Secretary of State, who was pressured by Trump to rig election, declined to say if he would rule out voting for him in 2024. Lauren Boebert outrageously calls Ilhan Omar a member of the Jihad Squad. Lady Gaga deliberately gained weight by eating more pasta and bread to have a fuller figure for her House of Gucci role. Senator Ted Cruz tries to insult Rep. Liz Cheney and gets brutally humiliated. A Pennsylvania gas station briefly closed after the only person working walked off the job, leaving a note saying customers treat their employees horribly. Man gets life in prison for road rage, trooper shootings. Legal pot growers frustrated by illegal operations in Oregon. You're already in the authoritarian state. Chinese dissident Ai Weiwei criticizes U.S. woke culture. A huge mess. Big storm could disrupt Thanksgiving travel next week. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. House, mostly along party lines, censures Gutter for violent video, The New York Times. Apple will let iPhone users repair their own devices, CNN. UAW union employees vote to accept John Deere contract, KCCI Des Moines. British Columbia sees death toll rising from massive flood, Ottawa pledges aid, Reuters Canada. Camila Cabello and Shawn Mendes announce split, TMZ. Women's tennis cast doubt on alleged email from tennis star Peng Shuai amid worry over her whereabouts, CNN. Live coverage, David Neil Cox's last words were for his children. What did he say? Jackson Clarion Ledger. Changes already coming to Halo Infinite's Battle Pass, IGN. Days after COP26, U.S. oversees historic oil and gas lease sale, NPR. Life or death, Travis McMichael tells Georgia jury he felt threatened by Ahmaud Arbery, Reuters. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Ahmaud Arbery's killer testifies that he brandished gun to de-escalate situation. The John Deere strike is over. Jessica Watkins to be first black woman to join International Space Station crew. Rust script supervisor sues Alec Baldwin and other producers. What pediatricians keep on hand for when their own kids get a cold. Under pressure, Apple will allow self-repairs to iPhones, Macs. Lauren Boebert outrageously calls Ilhan Omar a member of the Jihad Squad. Adele stuns fans with knockout performance on social media. Ted Cruz tries to insult Liz Cheney and gets brutally humiliated. Rapper Young Dolph dies after being shot in Memphis. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Police seek cell phone records in double homicide. 9YO travels from Honduras to receive care. Police chief turns to local school for recruits. Man arrested for shooting death of teen. Senator Klobuchar, everything was clear at exam. Library cancels rainbow story time. FBI search for suspects who ambushed guards. Family speak out as execution date nears. National Guard members on standby ahead of Rittenhouse verdict. GBI, standoff ends after home goes up in flames. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Striking Deere workers approve a new contract on the third try. From Kyle Rittenhouse to Steve Bannon, the brazenness of white men. 2021 National Book Award winners, full list. House, mostly along party lines, censures Guzzer for violent video. Man who fatally shot Ahmaud Arbery describes a life-or-death encounter. Accused 9/11 mastermind seeks access to secret testimony. Florida curtails coronavirus mandates, reflecting wishes of vaccine skeptics. Rust script supervisor sues Alec Baldwin and others. No verdict in Rittenhouse trial as jurors depart for the night. NCAA expands women's basketball tournament to 68 teams. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Biden shakes hands maskless but decides to put mask on before photo. Ilhan Omar claims Boebert and Apis, defecates and Apis, Congress after Boebert and Apis, and Apis, brother husband and Apis, dig. Fox Nation Patriot Awards honors vet who led secret mission to save Afghans from Taliban threat. House schedule suggests Thursday debate for massive social spending bill. Kyle Rittenhouse trial, who are Joseph Rosenbaum, Anthony Huber, engaged Grosskreutz? Duke University SGA president rejects pro-Israel group over and Apis, unacceptable and Apis, Instagram post. Ron DeSantis welcomes the Patriot Awards to Apis, the freest state and Apis, in the U.S. And Apis, RHOBH and Apis, star Kyle Richards says Dorette Kemsley isn't Apis, not so great and Apis, after home invasion, and Apis, PTSD, for sure and Apis. Army SGT First Class John Gowdy awarded Fox Nation and Apis, Modern Warrior and Apis, at 2021 Patriot Awards. Another Democrat decides to quit as potential 2022 Election Day rout approaches. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Thursday, November 18th. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Navy rushes to recover 100 F-35B jet from seabed after pilot ditched. My narcissist mother made my life a misery, so why did I fall apart when she died? Meghan Markle's interview with Ellen is mocked by today's snarky presenter and Karl Stefanovic. Writer tries the app which promises to take a bite out of your food bill. Prince Charles says Queen is alright but admits it's not easy once you get to 95. Can baby Botox in your 20s mean you never get wrinkles? Insulate Britain eco-zealot goes on hunger strike after she is jailed for road-blocking protest. Poppy Day bomber built explosives factory at rented Liverpool bedsit as early as April, police say. Channel migrants landing in UK will be flown to new asylum centre in Albania. Boris Johnson's bruising day, PM faces mutinous Tory MPs amid Owen Paterson and second jobs fury. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. Drowning nations disappointed with outcome of UN climate summit may have one move left, lawsuits. Remains of New Zealand coal miners discovered deep underground, 11 years after 29 died in disaster. Belarus moves migrants from Polish border to warehouse, easing crisis for now. Sports retailer stops kayak sales in North France as migrant crossings to Britain rise. Australia's ancient assassin spiders were feared extinct after fires, then, scientists found to alive. AP interview, Cuban FM calls fizzled protests the U.S. failure. Indian comedian causes stir with Kennedy Center monologue. Unmarried pregnant women abused in church run homes in Ireland to get record-breaking compensation. State of emergency in British Columbia, more deaths expected. On first Africa trip, Blinken confronts questions of U.S. leverage in deepening crises. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Pacific Northwest floods latest. Canada's Trudeau deploys Air Force to terrifically bad situation. Live. Meghan Markle gives surprise interview with Ellen DeGeneres. Mask wearing cuts COVID incidence by 53%, says global study. Rupert Murdoch says Trump should stop focusing on the past in rare rebuke. Rust script supervisor sues Alec Baldwin and producers over shooting. The new anti-woke academics say the universities are broken, but they aren't giving up their tenured day jobs. Julia Carey-Wong. Kyle Rittenhouse defense attorneys ask judge to declare mistrial over video. Inciting violence begets violence, Paul Gauzer censured over video aimed at AOC. Henry Ruggs order to court over missed alcohol test following fatal crash. Steve Bannon pleads not guilty to criminal contempt of Congress. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Explainer, doubts raised as execution nears for Julius Jones. Watch, Biden test drives electric hammer at GM planned. QAnon shaman sentenced to more than 3 years in prison for role in January 6 attack. Key takeaways in Ahmaud Arbery case day 9, man who shot jogger testifies. House votes to censure GOP Rep Gauzer, remove him from committees over violent video. Watch, motorist drives car into City Hall in Wisconsin. Watch, fire breaks out amid flood emergency in British Columbia. Rapper Young Dolph shot and killed at bakery. Lukashenko and Merkel discuss Poland migrant crisis and hopes it can be stopped. Cops search for Colorado locations in election security probe. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Ethiopia's Tigray conflict, how the TPLF has outflanked the army. Saurabh Kirpal, the man who could be India's first openly gay judge. I've seen irreversible change but hope too for planet. The moms using Instagram to offer advice to new parents. South Korea Sunoong exam, I wanted to cry and quit everything. Why Mexico is not prepared for the migrant caravan. Young Dolph, rapper fatally shot in Memphis cookie shop. Alec Baldwin, Rust scripted and call for gun to be fired, lawsuit alleges. The Office star who made $1 million on Cameo. Vancouver storm, a state of emergency has been declared in British Columbia. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. U.S. Catholic bishops OK communion document. Department of Education launches civil rights probes into Texas school district. Defendant in Ahmaud Arbery trial takes stand. Today in history for November 18th. Georgia man who fatally shot Ahmaud Arbery tells jury he was in a life or death situation. Julius Jones family, friends call on Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt to stop Thursday's execution. Men to be cleared in Malcolm X assassination. No verdict on second day of Rittenhouse deliberations. 80% of Americans 12 and over have first dose. Michigan is nation's hotspot as infections rise in 33 states. COVID-19 updates. Miscarriage of justice. 2 men expected to be exonerated in Malcolm X assassination. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. 77 LA City employees lose pay after refusing to sign notice for vaccine mandate. At a Northern California clinic, 14 children get double the correct dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. Woman who says CHP officer sexually assaulted her, followed her home to get $4.5 million. A huge California budget surplus will test legal spending limit, analysts warn. 2028 LA Olympics, agreement outlines key issues but final price tag remains unclear. Angelenos grouse, others rejoice at Staples Center's new name. Caltech grad charged with setting phone fire is declared mentally unfit to stand trial. 3.8 quake hits in San Ramon, California. House censures GOP's Gaza over cartoon showing him stab AOC. City controller calls for fixes to LA's sidewalk repair program. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Thursday, November 18th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. 2 climate activists halt operations at world's largest coal port. It is now our duty to defend the biosphere that gives us life and to every person that Australia has forgotten and ignored, said Hanadul of the campaign group Blockade Australia. 3 months since Taliban takeover, Afghanistan hunger crisis leaves children emaciated. The number of Afghans living in near-famine conditions has risen to 8.7 million. Chinese state media release alleged email from tennis star Peng Shuai amid worry over whereabouts. Israel hasn't provided evidence on Palestinian goes it labeled as terror groups, EU foreign minister says. Canada halts import of goods linked to forced labor from China, Malaysia. Belarus shuts down Russian oil pipeline to EU, despite Putin's warnings. Helicopters drop food for Canadian flood victims, more rain expected. EU aims to curb deforestation with beef and coffee import ban. Number of smokers worldwide in decline, says WHO. Poland to begin work on 180 km long 5.5 m high border wall in December. Biden says Taiwan's independence is up to Taiwan after discussing matter with Xi. EU plans to ban food imports from deforested areas. Russian anti-satellite test adds to worsening problem of space debris. Dark roofs to be banned in NSW, planning minister says. Estonia plans snap military exercise, razor wire along Russian border. The next headlines are from Forbes. EU Dynamite results, winners, news and notes on November 17, 2021. Houston Astros reportedly have a deal in place to re-sign starter Justin Verlander. Corbin Burns wins Brewers' first Cy Young Award since 1982. The black-white wage gap may be shrinking. Master Sommelier's group moves to eject 6 members over sexual misconduct allegations. Adele will make country radio debut with Easy on Me Chris Stapleton duet. Clifford was a hit at the box office and on Paramount+. BTS, Muse Surpass It, SB19, Dimash Kudaibergen and BTS's Jin, the most talked about songs on Twitter. Despite hosting NCAA Final Four, Trinity College athletes label their own facility unimpressive. Ahmaud Arbery's killer claims he was under attack, wipes away tears too while testifying. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Canada scientists are elucidating the dark metabolome. New mineral, FDA chief and the pandemic's toll on research. Structural insights into UBR1-mediated endocrine ubiquitination. The startups chasing clean, carbon-free fusion energy. Helpline data used to monitor population distress in a pandemic. Exodons and emergent quantum phenomena in Stack 2D semiconductors. Cell type specialization is encoded by specific chromatin topologies. Canada's researchers call for a return to stated science ambitions. Observation of universal aging dynamics in antibiotic persistence. In-orbit demonstration of an iodine electric propulsion system. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,745,297,216 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time, and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Drake halts release of new French Montana song Splash Brothers out of respect for Astroworld victims. Diana, the musical review, a royal tragedy turned vacuous rom-com. The Masked Singer reveals identities of the mallard and caterpillar. Here are the stars under the masks. I heard promises to only play Taylor Swift's new versions of her songs, once they're out. Doctor Who, Strictly Come Dancing, MasterChef specials in the works as BBC unveils new shows to mark centenary. Indie Dope Queens casts Alexandra Gray, Pearson Fott and Trace Lizette. Dune, No Time to Die become first imported films to get theatrical extensions in China during pandemic. Douglas E. Richards book series Mind's Eye gets film franchise at Kodiak Pictures exclusive. Jackie Weaver cast in Hello Tomorrow, at Apple. Tiger King Season 2 is a dull rehash of a show that should have stayed in quarantine. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. How you can see the nearly total lunar eclipse Friday morning. Deere & Company workers approve the latest contract offer and will end their strike. Jason Mott and Tia Miles win National Book Awards. The Biden administration sold oil and gas leases days after the climate summit. Rapper Young Dolph is shot and killed in Memphis. Day 2 of jury deliberation in the Rittenhouse trial ends again without a verdict. Steve Bannon pleads not guilty to contempt of Congress charges. The cast of the Harry Potter films is reuniting, but without J.K. Rowling. 2 men convicted of killing civil rights leader Malcolm X are set to be exonerated. How a political standoff trapped hundreds of migrants at the Belarus-Poland border. The following headlines are from The Week. Rapper Young Dolph reportedly shot and killed while buying cookies in Memphis. GOP Rep Paul Gosar becomes first sitting House member to be censured in 11 years. Stadium name absurdity peaks with LA's Crypto.com arena. 2 men convicted in 1966 for Malcolm X's assassination to be exonerated. QAnon shaman Jacob Chansley sentenced to more than 3 years in prison for horrific role in Capitol riot. Democrats are right to censure Gosar, but Republican revenge is coming. Drug overdose deaths top 100,000 in 12 months for the first time, a tragic milestone. Naomi Osaka expresses concern for Peng Shuai, tennis star missing since accusing former Chinese official of assault. Challenges to Biden's workplace vaccine rule assigned to GOP-dominated federal appellate court. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Texas students are receiving a miseducation on climate change. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Maybe there's no way to tell if habitable planets orbit Proxima Centauri yet. These are the news headlines for today, Thursday, November 18th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Deep partial lunar eclipse November 18th to 19th, great for North America. Double stars, how to find, observe and enjoy. What's the most distant spacecraft from Earth? The next news is from Politico. Rittenhouse lawyers ask judge to declare mistrial over video. Redistricting squeezes 2 Democratic rising stars in Georgia. Judge in Bannon contempt case once fought Congress subpoena power. Allegations of bigotry and calls for impeachment rock college Democrats. GOP cannot escape self-inflicted injuries as they fight to reclaim House. Russian entrepreneur drops suit against BuzzFeed over Steele dossier. Psaki says Harris faces more criticism because she is a woman and woman of color. Dems weigh pre-Christmas shutdown cliff to prod dug in Republicans. This is urgent. Bipartisan proposal for UFO office pushes new boundaries. Another blow to Dems House hopes, Butterfield retiring in NC. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Australian News Live, search for William Tyrrell continues in northern NSW, COVID restrictions to ease in Victoria as state records 1,007 new cases, 12 deaths. It's cheating, Etihad CEO's frank admission on carbon offsets. Gallery, the best photos from around the world. Grey image, rock drummer who loved poetry. Daniel Andrews not shocked by counter-terror operation, talk of killing him. Rapid antigen tests to reduce quarantine for NSW primary students. FAS and FOMO, RBA predicts the surge in cryptocurrencies will end. Fox in charge of the Hens House, council candidates fail to declare links to property developments. Blind and evicted, the last person to leave Sirius building. NSW police to determine whether Tyrrell investigation will continue. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Earnings results, Sanis gives upbeat earnings outlook despite supply challenges. Earnings results, Cisco stock drops 6% after earnings guidance disappoints. Earnings results, Victoria's Secret stock soars 11% on profit beat. What's worth streaming? Here's everything new coming to Disney Plus in December 2021. IPO report, Bitcoin miner Iris Energy's stock jeered on public debut, as stock falls well below the IPO price. Dow Jones Newswires, China Evergrande to sell stake in film production company for $273 million. Keywords, as long as we don't fall into a recession, we're in a long bull market, says ARK Invest's Cathie Wood. Earnings results, Nvidia reports record sales and beats on earnings again, sending stock higher. What's worth streaming? Here's everything new coming to Hulu in December 2021, and what's leaving. FA Center, Gen Z is wildly unrealistic about how much money stocks, crypto and other investments will give them for retirement. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Deadpool earned the respect of Marvel's purest hero, but does he deserve it? CBR. Nokia reaches 4,005G patent families, Itwire. Solar Inventions receives patent for solar cell manufacturing process that can save millions in silver costs, Solar Power World. Tom Furness wins Accenture VR Lifetime Achievement Award, The Virtual Report. Agriculture Industry and Intellectual Property Consolidation, The National Law Review. Rutgers Professor Paul Israel on Thomas Edison, Inventions, and American Patents, Ricochet, Ricochet.com. Atomera reaches 300 patents GuruFocus.com. How 3D printing could change the future of gear, GearPatrol.com. NSF Director, Nobel Laureate, NASA astronaut and Moderna co-founder headline Conference of Inventor Notables, Yahoo Finance. Keeping Chinese funding out of U.S. biotech, National Defense Magazine. The next headlines are from Quartz. Crypto's campaign for mainstream acceptance now extends to sports sponsorships. Kudzu. Amazon says it will stop accepting Visa credit cards in the UK. How inflation is impacting Thanksgiving. Miramax is suing Tarantino to prevent other filmmakers selling NFTs. Africans' favorable view of China comes with one small caveat. Why Xi Jinping is a great leader, according to a 36,000-word Communist Party document. How do we make this easier? Guess how much prices on 11 common grocery items have risen in 1 year. Americans keep spending. The following headlines are from TechDirt. Content moderation case study, game developer deals with sexual content generated by users and its own AI, 2021. TechDirt Podcast Episode 305, Missouri hasn't really learned its lesson. In big shift for Apple, company makes it easier for users to repair phones. Wherein the Copia Institute tells the 11th Circuit that Florida's SB 7072 law violates our rights. Daily Deal, any fix iOS fix. Media spends years insisting Facebook makes society worse, then trumpets a poll saying people think Facebook makes society worse. Jeff Bezos blames AT&T incompetence for bungle Time Warner, HBO mergers. Rockstar's GTA retro games was completely broken and support was ghosting everyone. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Justin Verlander. Christy Giles. Peng Shui. Smallpox. Britney Spears. Malcolm X. Vanessa Hudgens. Earthquake. Tiger King 2. Censure. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Congress censures Republican Gaza for violent anime video with Biden. Psaki names reasons behind Kamala Harris criticism. Kamala Harris's no borders are, Texas Democrat says. Boris Johnson's sister reveals his secret history with Epstein madam. Media narrative could sway Rittenhouse verdict, Harvard law prof tells RT. Alec Baldwin wasn't scripted to fire gun in Rust scene, lawsuit. Amazon threatens Visa customers with cutoff. Biden admin suspends vaccine mandate for businesses. Sweden rolling out COVID passes next month. Rittenhouse judge, media coverage of trial irresponsible and frightening. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Brutal, Rep Boebert rips Jihad Squad Omar for paying husband and Eric Swalwell for sleeping with the enemy. Department of Justice Inspector General says department must address concerns about politicization. High school in Austin under fire for removing doors to all student bathrooms. Bubble hunters are missing a change in incentives. Top U.S. general reveals new details about China's hypersonic missile test. The U.S. is a powder keg. Credit Suisse says client who lost $400 million at hands of fraudster banker should take responsibility for his losses. The metaverse, much bigger than Facebook. Outrage after Turkey arrests vacationing Israeli spies for photographing Erdogan's residence. Bond market's historic duration ties Fed's hands. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. After Biden's Xi summit, what next for us? China trade war? Philippines tells China to back off after South China Sea clash. Murdoch accuses Google, Facebook of silencing conservatives. U.S., Canada, Mexico leaders to meet in first summit since 2016. Rittenhouse lawyers ask judge to declare mistrial over video. Qatar, Egypt agree to supply fuel and building materials to Gaza. Myanmar students boycott classes following school reopening. Man who shot Ahmaud Arbery testifies it was life or death. Chipmaker Nvidia forecasts robust revenue on AI, metaverse buzz. U.S. House rebukes Republican Congressman Gaza over violent video. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Watch, multiple arrests in Kenosha as BLM protesters clash with Kyle Rittenhouse supporters. Freedom Caucus to Pelosi, we will oppose funding federal government while unconstitutional vaccine mandates continue. Warren, Biden's economy is strong, a lot of good economic indicators. Warren on increased gas prices, this isn't about inflation, it's price gouging. Second Rust crew member sues Alec Baldwin, he did not check the gun himself, no firing in upcoming scene. 69-year-old Baltimore church worker found stabbed to death in church bathroom. China, Biden's $1.2 trillion in spending is not a large amount. Ann Coulter, Get Rittenhouse. Anonymous Miles Taylor, GOP becoming the party of political violence. Rapper Young Dolph fatally shot at Tennessee cookie shop. The next headlines are from UPI News. Maryland man's lucky feeling leads to U-turn, $2 million lottery prize. Watch, Guinness World Records Day celebrate super skills with new records. Watch, there wanders into 7-Eleven store in California. Look, overdue book returned to Scottish Library after 73 years. Watch, gymnast backflips 19 feet, 8.2 inches between bars for Guinness record. Watch, firefighters free cat with head stuck inside pet food can. Watch, Venezuelan soccer freestyler breaks 2 records for Guinness World Records Day. Message in a bottle travels from Florida to Portugal in 6 years. Watch, pogo stick daredevil jumps over 5 consecutive cars for world record. Watch, bear rescued from plastic container stuck over its head in Florida. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Healthy food isn't healthy for all. Learn valuable info about your gut microbiome with a home test kit. Scientists discover how intricate spider webs are made by brains that are a fraction of the size of a human's. Rare Canadian cat has thumbs making his paws look like cute mittens. Bee expert finds 800,000 wild honeybees thriving in ancient English forest. Now naturalists are buzzing with hope. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Thursday, November 18th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Staples Center will be renamed to Crypto.com Arena. House votes to censure Rep. Gaza over anime video showing him striking Rep. Ocasio-Cortez with sword. Toronto teens say they were accused of witchcraft and abandoned in Congo. Monkeypox case found in Maryland after resident returns from overseas trip. Vietnam police summon noodle seller after Salt Bay parody video. Does it matter if I eat the stickers on fruits and vegetables? Cops thought sand from her stress ball was cocaine. She spent nearly 6 months in jail. A quirky ping pong ball lottery just dealt a blow to Biden's COVID-19 vaccine mandate. Michigan woman accused of trying to use fake rent-a-hitman website pleads guilty. Roadrunner, going faster, ends up in Maine after hitchhike. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Apple will sell spare parts to fix your iPhone as pigs learn to fly. How the laws of physics could prevent AI from gaining sentience. Lowering the age of a license won't solve the truck driver shortage. New extinguisher addresses unique challenges of fighting fires. This LED floor lamp can bathe your room in 16 million colors, and you barely know it's there. Twitter's auto-refresh fix could make wading through the cesspit worthwhile. What does it take to create an object that travels at 1% the speed of light? If this self-driving library came to my town, maybe I'd read a damn book. Can we please stop talking about digital transformation? Remember Windows Media Player? Microsoft is finally replacing it. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Shape-morphing microrobots deliver drugs to cancer cells. Bacteria as climate heroes. There may be more bird species in the tropics than we know. Perceptual links between sound and shape may unlock origins of spoken words. Virtual fluid for the description of interfacial effects in metallic materials. Making the weightless arches for toddlers. New holographic camera sees the unseen with high precision. Methane from carbon dioxide. Arterial stiffness in adolescence may potentially cause hypertension and obesity in young adulthood. Exercise increases the body's own cannabis-like substance which reduces chronic inflammation. The next headlines are from Information Week. Data analytics can fix the supply chain, eventually. The deep skills every network manager should possess. The future of privacy, what IT leaders need to know. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Thursday, November 18th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA selects intuitive machines for new lunar science delivery. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Danny Ainge compliments Bayou football players at women's basketball game. Utah man who appeared on Shark Tank charged with additional felonies and defrauding case. Tell Utah legislators to leave signature path to the ballot alone, the Tribune editorial board writes. Sexual abuse case dismissed against former LDS church bishop. State-funded mental health assistance could be coming for Utah's first responders and families. Utah lawmakers slam the brakes on the plan to expand alternative voting methods. Utah's coronavirus case count spikes above 2,200, with 13 more deaths. 5 reasons to choose Snow Basin as your ski resort this winter. Bagley cartoon, grim achievement. Construction worker dies at Salt Lake City Airport. The next headlines are from Slashdot, tech news for nerds. Tea and coffee may be linked to lower risk of stroke and dementia, study finds. Xbox Game Pass cloud gaming arrives on consoles. Japan's Fugaku retains title as world's fastest supercomputer. BlockFi faces SEC scrutiny over high-yield crypto accounts. YouTube co-founder predicts decline of the platform following removal of dislikes. Russian ransomware gangs start collaborating with Chinese hackers. South Korea is giving millions of photos to facial recognition researchers. Discord is quietly building an app empire of bots. A Utah company says it's revolutionized truth-telling technology. Experts are highly skeptical. Is Microsoft stealing people's bookmarks? The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. St. Louis police install new Sky Cop cameras to curb car break-ins downtown. How much Missouri's roads could cost drivers annually. 1 dead, 3 injured after shooting in East St. Louis. St. Louis restaurant wins award for best burger in the world. Ice skating rink to open at the loading dock in Grafton this weekend. Cardinals release 2022 promotions schedule. Cassidy Rainwaters remains found on accused kidnapper's property in Missouri, court docs reveal. Ronnie's Cinema to offer some vaccination-required shows. Megan King Owens reveals her new cozy St. Louis County home. Billions wasted by not calling the head of construction, Missouri top offender. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Prepare your pocketbooks, this Thanksgiving may break the bank for consumers. Hours cut as Parks and Rec Department struggles to hire. Handbag heist, thousands of dollars in designer bag swiped from La Jolla shop. Ride the trolley for free all day Sunday when San Diego debuts new extension. Wrongful death suit alleges jail staff failed to provide inmate with prompt medical care. Ex-Carlsbad Military School dean pleads guilty to child molestation charges. Supporters of libraries, parks announce ballot initiative for infrastructure upgrades. Deadline arrives for San Diego police to get first shot of COVID vaccine. Mama's Kitchen pies still available during annual Thanksgiving bake sale. Sheriff, kidnapping suspect, missing kids might be heading to San Diego. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. U.S. Air Force drops long-range cruise missile from cargo aircraft. UK confirms F-35B fighter jet crashed. Ukrainian army knocked down Russian Orlan 10 drone. Sikorsky Boeing team to transform the operational landscape of future rotorcraft. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. Naomi Osaka speaks out on Peng Shuai's disappearance, a situation that China is allegedly unaware of. Li Jiyui's diary, a 19th-century Chinese account of the West. Biden-Xi meeting, no breakthrough, but a possible journalist visa thaw. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Thursday, November 18, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Save an innocent man's life, Steve Kerr calls to stop the execution of Julius Jones. Kaiser nurses to hold sympathy strike in solidarity with engineers. Several earthquakes rattle San Ramon. Girl kidnapped from Honduras, forced to have sex with abductor in San Leandro, police. Oakland International expecting twice as many travelers this Thanksgiving compared to last year. Missing person reported out of Bay Point. Christy Yamaguchi ice rink opening in San Ramon for the holidays. Young Dolph's death prompts outpouring of tributes from Deion Sanders, LL Cool J, more. San Jose immigration consultant accused of fraud. Stephen A. Smith says KD made the wrong decision going to Brooklyn. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Number 21 Ohio State Women Bowl passed Bowling Green 94-63. State of emergency in British Columbia, more deaths expected. Dear workers approve third contract offer, will end strike. Number 25 Virginia Tech smokes cop in street 85-32. Henderson, Cook Hope number 1 Gamecocks beat Clemson 76-45. U.S. overdose deaths topped 100,000 in 1 year, officials say. Resort-style living apartments proposed for former foundry site in downtown Batavia. Pastor Emeritus of St. Anne Parish in Barrington dies at 82. Jurors done for the day after Rittenhouse lawyers ask judge to declare mistrial over video. Metro labor dispute boils over with strike rumblings, but agency says riders shouldn't worry. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Don't block the box, Seattle to install new traffic cameras to catch drivers blocking crosswalks. One Washington state zip code made the list of top 10 most expensive in the country. Plan ahead, Seattle State Route 520 and Montlake Bridge will be closed all weekend. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth 569.91 km, in Argentina November 17, 2021, 21:38 UTC, about 88,000 people within 100 kilometers. Drought is ongoing in Bolivia, Brazil, Peru. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Chile. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Democratic Republic of Congo. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Morocco, Tunisia. Drought is ongoing in Democratic Republic of Congo, Kenya, Somalia, Tanzania, Uganda. Drought is ongoing in Bhutan, China, India, Myanmar. Drought is ongoing in Angola. Drought is ongoing in United States. Drought is ongoing in Nigeria. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Thursday, November 18th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Hotel surplus outlet is a bargain shopper's dream. Unlicensed Houston woman accused of performing deadly cosmetic procedure. McDonald's returning Egg McMuffin to original price on anniversary. Prairie View A&M University welcomes first Hispanic drum major in campus history. Cold front arrives overnight. Over 100,000 died of drug overdose in U.S. during pandemic, a 29% increase from previous year, CDC. Search for shooter underway after 36-year-old rapper Young Dolph killed in Memphis, Tennessee. Justin Verlander reportedly getting $25 million deal to run a World Series bid back with Houston. Woman linked to gun used in 22 Houston area shootings, authorities say. Part-time nonlinear editor. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Tyler Polley scores 17 points, number 23 Yukon routes Liu 93-40. SpaceX's Musk, first Starship test flight to orbit in January. Number 25 Virginia Tech thumbs Coppin Street 85-32 behind Shepard. George Mason shocks number 20 Maryland with 71-66 upset on road. Asian shares mostly decline after U.S. stocks shuffle lower. AP interview, Cuban FM calls fizzled protests the U.S. failure. Laravia scores 24, leads Wake Forest 295-59 win. Hornets beat Wizards 97-87 for fourth straight victory. Phoenix to pay $5 M in lawsuit over man's death during arrest. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Extra extra, you're nobody if you don't take your dog to a private NYC dog run. Avella concedes council race, securing victory for Republican rival. One painter dies, another injured after falling from Manhattan Bridge. NY lawmakers head to Albany to review long-awaited report on Andrew Cuomo. Here's what we might learn. The NYPD has recovered more ghost guns in 2021 than any previous year. Coronavirus stats, school edition, tracking outbreaks in NYC education. NYC mayor advises all New Yorkers, travelers to get COVID tests before Thanksgiving gatherings. 2 men convicted of killing Malcolm X will be exonerated following review. Early edition, nice try Woodstock 99 documentary, but corn can't be cancelled. We're so damn boring now, Eric Adams talks making NYC cool again, gives Stephen Colbert bag of weed. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. New report exposes America's colorblind legal system. Anxiety in Afghanistan as Taliban struggles for legitimacy. Double solution to ongoing food and climate crises. Completion of Somalia elections more important than ever, UN envoy. Antimicrobial resistance calls for brain power of a space agency and campaigning zeal of an NGO. Why COVID-19 misinformation works. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Watch, Joe Rogan compares media spin on Rittenhouse trial to cult SHT. Italian government raids homes of anti-vaccine passport activists. Why Bill Gates is pivoting on existing COVID vaccines. Whitney Webb discusses global elite stealth takeover of nature. More people died in key clinical trial for Pfizer's COVID vaccine than the company publicly reported. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Did a woman file for divorce after seeing this photo? No, this isn't a real headline about Cuba and wood chippers. Rapper Young Dolph fatally shot at Tennessee cookie shop. House censures Rep Gosar for violent video in rare rebuke. 2 men to be cleared in 1965 assassination of Malcolm X. Millionaire pooch selling Miami via once owned by Madonna. January 6 rioter who carried spear and war horns got 41 months. U.S. overdose deaths topped 100,000 in 1 year, officials say. The next headlines are from factcheck.org. Rittenhouse testified he drove himself to Kenosha without weapon. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Indicted GOP congressman says the feds got him on tape, twice. Judge Napolitano resurfaces on Newsmax after Fox News ouster over sexual misconduct claims. Diana, the musical is a bonkers mess, and a crazy circus of truths. Strip club bartender says she was fired for getting pregnant. It took the killing of Farrell's cousin to rein in these cops. The most mind-blowing, early, Black Friday sex toy deals to score this year. Lauren Boebert's ex-manager also targeted an FBI raid on MAGA election clerk. Tiger King 2 feet is a monstrous display of Netflix's exploitation. Insta model found dead after LA warehouse party had told Cole let's get out of here. Rap Paul Gosar formally punished, stripped of committee assignments after violent MMA video. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Winter House recap, evil sorcerer Madison LaCroix interrupts Austin Kroll's good time. Diana Review, a Lifetime original Broadway show. All the celebrities who died from smoking toad venom, Mike Tyson, Chelsea Handler and more. After failed Brooklyn try, Islanders make return home to Long Island. Yankees' interest in Carlos Correa just window dressing. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Catch this month's lunar eclipse. White dwarfs devouring exoplanet reveal exotic types of rock. Russian anti-satellite weapon test, what happened and what are the risks? You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Inspiration for civilian astronaut, cancer survivor Haley Arsenault writes a note to her younger self. Biden administration calls on school districts to create vaccine clinics for young students. Artemis I, most powerful rocket ever built, prepares for first test flight. Climate change forces First Nations people to move village. Pfizer requests authorization for its antiviral COVID pill as cases rise across U.S. Drones help restore forests destroyed by wildfires. International Space Station astronauts scramble to safety after Russian weapons test. Pediatrician on getting kids vaccinated before the holidays and vaccine inequality. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Woman whose husband sued for ivermectin treatment dies from COVID. Travis McMichael chokes up describing Ahmaud Arbery's last moments before he shot him. Eric Adams, boosting Bitcoin, calls for NYC crypto committee. Mississippi executes David Cox for killing his estranged wife, state's first execution since 2012. Kyle Rittenhouse jury cannot reach verdict for second day, defense requests mistrial over video. Black arts movement playwright Ed Bullen's dead at 86. Los Angeles model found dead outside hospital, family says she was drugged and dumped. CIT, cow gets stuck on water slide after escaping ranch. NY legislative leaders back request for nearly $1 billion in additional rent relief funds. NYC developer in controversial Upper East Side rezoning could get $100 min tax breaks. The following headlines are from military.com. more housing money coming as Pentagon ponders fix for military family hunger. Austin, Moscow should explain its troop buildup near Ukraine. Japan, South Korea balk at sharing stage after U.S. talks. Remains of U.S. airmen shot down over Romania in World War II identified. Military aircraft will be grounded in South Korea as students take college entrance exam. Don't let predatory companies hide behind forced arbitration, military groups urge Congress. Poland says no military threat at border with Belarus. Blinken, in Kenya, seeks to cool regional crises. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Head of Illinois Police Training Agency fired over improper law enforcement certification given to son of legendary investor Warren Buffett. Chicago Public School cites progress in addressing filthy buildings, vows more deep cleaning over Thanksgiving break. Man who shot 2 Elgin men during a drug deal found guilty of murder by Kane County jury. The longest partial lunar eclipse of the century will occur early Friday. Here are 7 things to know about viewing the moon locally. Kyle Rittenhouse jury ends second day of deliberations without a verdict. Waukegan casino vote postponed after rejected bidder alleges city officials rigged process to favor former state lawmaker. Man sentenced to 8 years in federal prison for torching car of R. Kelly accuser. Names on Chicago's gang database could be removed under appeal process approved by City Council. Column, Paul Gosar censured, who among us hasn't made a video depicting the murder of a colleague? Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot ridicules fall president's potential run against her, it would be a gift. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Explainer, why India has repeated air pollution problems. Exploding and weeping ceramics provide path to new shape-shifting material. Using virtual fluid for the description of interfacial effects in metallic materials. Twin of NASA's Perseverance Mars rover begins terrain tests. Study challenges standard ideas about piezoelectricity and ferroelectric crystals. Contrary to popular belief, no great migration in pandemic. When the gut's internal ecosystem goes awry, could an ancient but gross-sounding treatment make it right? DIY radiative cooler developed to serve as a research standard. New knowledge towards increasing carbon dioxide uptake in plants. Different kinds of marine phytoplankton respond differently to warming ocean temperatures, say researchers. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Thursday, November 18th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Don't miss the century's longest partial lunar eclipse this week. A leading theory behind Neanderthal extinction may surprise you. Is Delta-8 THC legal in your state? Our guide. The rise of climate anxiety. Turkeys are capable of virgin birth. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. AP source, Mets, Epler near 4-year deal GM deal. Balanced Hawks win third straight game, beating Celtics 110-99. Brown, Christie lead Michigan State past Butler 73-52. Clark, Warnock lead number 8 Iowa past Southern, 87-67. Couples $86 M reward in Monsanto pesticide case stands. Job growth slows in Washington, even as it surges nationally. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Mississippi executes man who killed estranged wife. Jury finds parolee guilty of murder in fatal East Oakland shooting. 5 things we heard about Chicago Bears quarterback Justin Fields this week, including his appreciation for Lamar Jackson and his continued connection with Darnell Mooney. NL Cy Young, St. Mary's Corbin Burns wins closest vote in history of the award. Man who shot Arbery testifies, he had my gun, he struck me. Letters, Oakland carpet Richmond crisis carbon tax little accomplished Biden's fight. Preview, Disney Melee Mania aims to broaden the appeal of the MOBA genre. Family, supporters pressure OK governor over pending execution. Matthew Stafford's wife threw a pretzel at 49ers fan during Rams loss at Levi's Stadium. Elizabeth Holmes trial, Theranos patient got false result pointing to HIV, refund 2 years later. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Michelle Lujan Grisham, New Mexico governor, full vaccination means boosters, too. FBI raids Colorado homes tied to election probe. Religious Liberty panel appalled as State Department drops Nigeria from violator list. Biden's push for electric vehicles includes tax credit favoring union factories over non-union plant. Mark Brnovich wants Department of Justice to probe school board dossier on parents who oppose mask mandates, CRT. Jake Sullivan under fire amid John Durham indictments, botched Afghanistan exit. Most expensive Thanksgiving in history, GOP slams Biden for rising food prices for holiday season. Montgomery County worried about vaccine shortage for children. Inside the Beltway, voters increasingly doubt Biden's mental fitness. Bannon pleads not guilty to contempt of Congress charges. The next headlines are from The Intercept. CBO director called mild tax hikes proposed by Obama class warfare. Senator Rand Paul courts Democrats to force vote on Saudi arms sale. U.S. military training in Mexico increased as human rights waned, new database reveals. Senator Patrick Leahy's retirement leaves a hole in the heart of human rights advocacy. Rittenhouse jury has to decide if the men who tried to stop him were heroes or villains. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Thursday, November 18, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Bill Clinton in Chicago for Clinton Foundation fundraiser. The Bulls' Kobe White still searching for his rhythm and his minutes. Will Rep. Rodney Davis run for governor or stay in safe House seat? Met with FOP in Chicago. CPS pushes shots with new data showing unvaxxed Chicago teens are 7-10 times more likely to get COVID. Pair charged with killing armor truck guard and fatally shooting accomplices in murderous spree on South Side. By backing stadium sports betting, Lightfoot is needlessly gambling with city's casino bid. Bears notebook, Khalil Mack, Akeem Hicks sit out practice. With less than 2 weeks before a MAP deadline, Lightfoot urges council members to agree in time for public input. CPS says there is a sense of urgency to hire more custodians, clean schools. Republican state rep launches bid for Illinois Secretary of State. The next headlines are from the Times of India. Industrial versus NZ, it was not an easy win, says Rohit Sharma. 19th throw is a target, not an obsession, Neeraj Chopra. Atmanirbhar Bharat must aim to make for the world. Coal phase down taken from US China COP26 statement. Mobile links in 7.3K uncovered villages get cabinet nod. Hemant ready to discuss Ulfa's core demand of sovereignty. Moitra moves SC against ordinances on ED, CBI chief's tenure. Gurgaon Gurdwara Association offers space for Namaz. Government eyes first dose for all adults by first week of DEC. SC relief for 3 booked under UAPA by Tripura. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Thursday, November 18, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Preview, Miss Bennett, Christmas at Bimberley at Main Street Theater. More than 120 plaintiffs in Astroworld suit. Preview, Tootsie at Broadway at the Hobby Center. 5 sports things to keep you occupied while the Texans and Rockets suck. How Republicans use transphobia to win. Houston Texans with great shot at #1 overall pick. This week's best concerts. The next headlines are about world records making news. Hollyoaks Duncan James breaks world record in video stunt, The Sun. Local man attempting to break Guinness World Record to raise money for animal charity, WYTV. Warhawks current member, alumni dominate at World Water Ski Championships, Ulm. Most tomatoes on a single stem, Douglas Smith sets, World Record Academy. How a fish in Hamilton broke a world record, for all the wrong reasons, TVO. Kia F6 sets Guinness World Record for the least hours of charging while driving across the USA, Car Scoops. Jumping for joy as bizarre world record set at West Ham's London Stadium, Hammers News. Watch now, from backflips to pogo sticks, Guinness World Records are smashed, comnewsnow.com. Revealed, the Guinness World Record achieved in Millport, Largs and Millport Weekly News. 6 in the morning teams tries to break a world record, News on 6. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Robinhood reveals hackers stole several thousand phone numbers. Monstrous mayhem awaits in the trailer for the alien-inspired Death Valley. Spider-Man, No Way Home's Hot Toys figure showcases Peter's newest look. Bill Gates backed TerraPower picks Wyoming for first advanced nuclear reactor. Apple is reportedly betting big on sports streaming. Riverdale killed off a major character, kind of. TikTok may owe you a chunk of its $92 million data breach settlement. 10 companies that think following Facebook into the metaverse is a good idea. Paul Guzar, first congressman to be stripped of powers because of anime. NASA has a new plan to wake up the Hubble Space Telescope. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Mariental in Namibia at 112.28 degrees Fahrenheit or 44.6 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Concordia in Antarctica at minus 60.34 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 51.3 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Bill Gates' nuclear power company selects a site for its first reactor. Boosters for all is critical, not a luxury, Fauci says as FDA decision nears. Hackers backed by Iran are targeting U.S. critical infrastructure, U.S. warns. FBI raids home of Trumpist county clerk in probe a voting system passwords leak, updated. A physicist studied Ben Franklin's clever tricks to foil currency counterfeiters. New firefighting tool delivers water directly to blazing EV batteries. Apple will soon send parts and tools to users who want to repair their phones. New iodine-based plasma thruster tested in orbit. The newest zombie brand Moto 360 doesn't run Wear OS. Upcoming smart home products wirelessly charge without cable or pad. The following headlines are from Raw Story. GOP strategist, I fear my party has morphed into something where we don't have to accept elections. How is that not a crime? Bill Maher in disbelief that Trump hasn't been charged for Georgia election meddling. Matt Gaetz says he wants to hire Kyle Rittenhouse as a congressional intern. Psychological warfare, New Hampshire teacher cries foul on state's new anti-CRT snitch law. GOP Rep Andy Harris may lose medical license after pushing bogus COVID treatments. Dan Crenshaw slams Marjorie Taylor Greene's stupid plan as messy internal spats plague House GOP, report. Paul Guzar retweets AOC cartoon murder video, minutes after being censured for it. Paul Guzar's brother says AOC murder video was intended to raise money and one-up other House trolls. Save InfoWars, Alex Jones begs for cash after losing massive defamation lawsuit to Sandy Hook families. Kenosha police arrest 2 people after fight on courthouse steps, report. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Why GOP leaders cannot keep Paul Guzar in line. Paul Guzar is why censure exists. The QAnon shaman gets 41 months in prison. What the hell is going on with eligibility for COVID-19 boosters? New revelations emerge on how Donald Trump killed 400,000, or more, Americans. A North Carolina town is besieged by hungry armadillos. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Have aliens visited Earth? These scientists want to look for their trash, in verse. Scientists warn of bacterial alien invasion caused by space missions, Newsweek. ASU Center for Meteorite Studies named in honor of acclaimed researcher Peter Busek, Arizona State University. Kristen Stewart developing gay ghost hunting reality TV show, The Detroit News. Cosmic dust may be key source of phosphorus for life on Earth, Phys.org. Demi Lovato joins conspiracy site Gaia, here's what you need to know, L.com. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Taming the Storm, Neuronian Interactions and Brain Plasticity, Tadayuk News, Tadayuk News. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. The technology behind newest search for good old fountain of youth, M-Info. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Thursday, November 18th, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Space debris forces astronauts to take shelter. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Thursday, November 18th, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News.8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News.8. All rights reserved.